And if one of those guys is banged up, Sean Tucker's been a nice addition. So with two backs on the field, it's going to be a downfield shot for Jalen McMillan, and the rookie coming off a career-best game against Las Vegas.
Get after the passer, but if they're going to do that today, they got to stop this rushing attack from Tampa Bay.
Fake it on the play action to White and dump it down for the leading pass catcher for Tampa Bay this year, a guy who stepped up huge, and Cade Otton, the tight end, before their game against Cleveland today. Mayfield, wide open, McMillan, walk-in touchdown, his third in the last two games, and that was as easy as it gets.
But essentially, you're going to get the little rub route on the outside to McMillan. You see him attack vertically first, and then everybody just gets caught up. That guy going back to Athens, Georgia, he'll never have to buy a drink again.
North Georgia native Ladd McConkey is right down to the deck at midfield. All of us being Pham and the Club, he does not agree. 2nd and 7, Herbert finds Quentin Johnston for a first down. He's been a great deep ball threat this year. So already Herbert out of the gate.
All these different blitz packages, well, when you have all these other players in, it's hard to dial those up.
There is a blitz. Herbert off the back foot, incomplete. But a flag is thrown late. A couple of them, in fact. 10th play of this opening Chargers drive has Herbert scrambling and throwing and scoring a touchdown to Ladd McConkey.
Everything was just completely gloved, and Ladd McConkey's going to sit down here and then follow his quarterback. Once he feels him escape the pocket and just gives him a target. But I think this Chargers attack early, they're throwing the ball a lot more than we expected, but I think that just tells you what kind of run defense. So they're using him sparingly, knowing he's got that back stiffness. He's been dealing with some injuries.
Mike Evans, 3rd down conversion, out to the 49-yard line.
He's like the Larry Fitzgerald for the Arizona Cardinals, but he has a Super Bowl. So impressive.
Sterling Shepard.
We'll give him a cheap one.
Here come those edge guys. They're protected, and what a strike to McMillan. Down to the 15-yard line. Play clock winding down.
Over the top.
Yep.
Mike Evans right there.
They just got the snap off. Mayfield was looking for Evans. Now moving to his left. Trying to make a move, and Molden is there to bring him down near the 3. One-time member of the Chargers, very early in his career before he found a home at Tampa Bay. And his kick makes it a 10-7 lead against one of the best DTs in the NFL. Fake it to Vidal. Herbert backpedaling, throwing, McConkey elevating. First down in Tampa Bay territory. Fake it to Vidal. Deep drop, deep throw. Got him in. What a catch by Stone Smart, who made a name for himself in the second half against Kansas City a week ago. About a 48-yard field goal from here, so they'll try to make it a little easier with Vidal on the run. Take it down to the 23, so about a 41-yard. Smooth operator as per usual. We're tied up at 10 apiece.
McMillan and different players. You know, Mike Evans has been a staple, but once they lost Godwin, that's been tough for him.
Picked off right on cue. Johnston, beg your pardon, spins away and dives in for the touchdown.
Just a little sit route right here, and I mean, right there, you couldn't tell me he's getting in the end zone there. Yeah, you got 3 Tampa Bay Buccaneer defenders. One of them was Smith. I mean, Tyke Smith, they got it. Pony personnel again, 2 halfbacks.
And they'll give it to the lead halfback. Oh, that ball is out of the hands of Rashad White, and the Chargers have it. It's scooped up by Molden. Lions in control of the number 1 seed in the NFC. Herbert, out route, smart catch, but shy of the sticks. McCollum drives him out. From the 33, all 3 timeouts. Mayfield stepping up, delivering to Mike Evans, and Baker Mayfield 4 for 4 on third down. Another third down for Tampa Bay where Mayfield's been strong. Taken off. He's done a lot of this season as well. A first down with his legs inside the 35-yard line.
Well done by Baker Mayfield to pick up the yards with his legs.
His longest run of the year at 21 yards. Now back to Rachaad White after the fumble, holding on to that one for a good gain of 12.
Look at how wide those pass rushers are.
They bring 3 of them, trying to get to Mayfield, who escapes initially and is going to float it away, and they'll take the 37-yarder for McLaughlin. Nice and clean. Just 4 on the rush for Tampa Bay on third down. Herbert up top, incomplete for Stone Smarts. Their average is up. A lot of that has to do with the Baker Mayfield scramble.
There it is.
That's the big type of run that this offensive line is looking for. And it comes from Irving. Empty set, blitz coming. Mayfield out to the left. Throws on the move for Mike Evans, who gets loose. Down the sideline, Mike Evans. It's a touchdown for Tampa Bay.
Well, watch this offensive line right here. They're going to set with depth and help each other out. Pass off the games. I mean, I love that. They just wad it all up in the middle and give Baker a chance to make plays in these second effort plays.
Second down for Herbert and the Chargers from the 29. Blitz off the edge coming. Herbert goes underneath Vidal. And a good job to lunge ahead to the sticks. It's close to a first down, and they'll give it to him. With a somewhat hobbled Herbert facing a blitz and having to move around and launch it away. But that was a tailor-made Todd Bowles defensive drive.
I think that was a great move, knowing you have a rookie at center, putting a veteran presence next to him.
He's pulling to block Joey Bosa, and that helps spring Bucky Irving. Right on cue, Bredesen had the key block, and Bucky with a big gainer. They get the play off. Screen, White, alley, and the stop there from the Charger defense. Elijah Molden helped finish it off, so it's fourth down. And he makes it a moot point regardless, as he is drilled. Since we just saw him in New York a month and a half ago, we lost him this past week. We just wanted to take some time to recognize him. Ball's up in the air. It is picked off. And it's Ryan Neal, beg your pardon, Jamel Dean, 35 on the interception.
They want to control the clock, run the ball, limit your possessions.
Mayfield, shot, end zone, Evans! It's a touchdown!
Well, watch Fulton, and then Evans is going to spray right there. Just a subtle out move to get inside leverage. That's what makes him so good. I mean, clearly the basketball player background right there. And he gets that inside leverage on Fulton.
Exotic look from Tampa Bay on the pressure. Nice throw. Pitch and catch to Ladd McConkey as he picks up a first down to the 45. On second down, Herbert, Johnston, first down in Tampa Bay territory. David catches up to him inside the 40. Third down, fifth man coming. Herbert gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. McConkey had 3 Buccaneer defenders around him, and Herbert has to get helped up off the deck again.
This is make or break. This is really going to make your momentum or kill your momentum.
Blitz coming. Herbert, incomplete for McConkey. Chargers bring some pressure. Mayfield rips it. Mike Evans on the move inside the Charger 40-yard line. Another deflating play for the #1 ranked defense in the NFL.
They all ran the ball in this defense, and that's been their Achilles heel.
That's been the key for Tampa Bay today. Mayfield on the move. There's Cade Otton hurdling his way past the sticks.
He used leverage, and he finds a way to be a safety blanket for the quarterback.
James blitzes. Mayfield finds Rachaad White, and he finds the end zone. Touchdown Tampa Bay as they continue to roll the Chargers in the second half.
The guy who's playing the back is getting blocked, and Derwin James has to recognize that and peel off and take the back. But he goes and fires on the quarterback, and Baker just drifts, buys some time. I mean, he's either got to get home before that ball comes out and realize.
Herbert back to work. Floats it out for McConkey, and it's incomplete. Defended by Tyke Smith on the play, but there is a flag thrown.
I'd seriously consider putting in Heineke or somebody.
Herbert to the sideline, and DJ Chark is there, makes the catch. He had
Chark sighting.
I mean, this legitimately might and maybe should be his last play of the day. It's going to be a fourth down stop. Tampa Bay is going to get the ball back. And I think Jim Harbaugh is going to have some serious consideration here to take Justin Herbert. This has been a rarity for LA this season. They are usually in every game. And right now, this has been a dominant, rolling Tampa Bay offense, especially in the second half. And it's 6 and 7 the last few years, right around this point. But they usually surge late in the season. The run game keeps moving. Another first down inside the 40.
At the end of their schedule, Cowboys, Panthers, Saints. And if they keep playing like they played today, they'll be crescendoing right into the playoffs. Exactly what you want to do. You want to hit your stride.
The last division champion, potentially, would be the number 4 seed if, indeed, they close it out strong. A 4 field goal day for Chase McLaughlin. Came in for a snap last week, the only snap that Herbert missed. Finds Stone Smart. And he loses the football. And Kayvon Merriweather has it. It was punched out by Vi Jones. Great job, as we said, Walter Payton, Man of the Year nominee for Tampa Bay. Tucker on 4th and 3 to try to keep the ball in Tampa Bay's hands to close out the game. Man. That'll be the case. And the shoes get delivered to a young Tampa Bay fan here in LA.
Great.
Todd Bowles' crew saying hey to the veteran. Tony Jefferson has played a lot of football.